All right, guys, we are live. How you doing? This is Patrick Moore. I'm here with my partner, Kawan, and I want to welcome you here to our live BTS webinar. For those of you that are not familiar with our system, this is your chance to see exactly what BTS is all about, the service, the feed that is going to run 24 hours a day and allow you to trade at your own convenience. If you've been a part of other trading groups and signal services, sometimes it's just not easy for you to be able to jump on those trades. And we understand that. So that's why we created this live feed that, you know, pretty much as long as the markets are open, you're going to be able to jump in here and trade and trade, you know, off of short-term trades. So we've got 60-second feed and a 5-minute feed. And we want to show you what that's all about. You've probably, you know, you're in our group or you've heard about us maybe at this point, and, you know, you're not quite sure what this is. You may have even watched a training video and you're still not quite sure what this is. Oh, excuse me, I'm getting a call here on Skype. I turn that off. So want to make sure, one, you guys can hear me okay. Hopefully that wasn't somebody trying to let me know that they can't hear me. You can hear me okay, right, Quan?
Yes, yeah, you're fine.
Okay. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's just show you the feed, show you what we have here, show you also, you know, our Facebook group. Many of you are familiar with it. Some of you aren't. And, you know, not only can you trade off the feed here, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Not only can you trade off of the live feed here, but you will also have access to our group, which is going to allow you to take feed trades right in here. So you get a couple free trades here, you know, Tuesday through Thursday. And that's just for being in the group, just for participating and being part of the culture. And when you join our premium group, then you get access to our premium Facebook channel, which we call More Trades. And then we also have a premium Skype group where we're going to be calling a bunch of trades as well. And Kawan is going to go into more detail about what you get when you join these groups and how we call the trades, how often you get the trades. But from the feedback that we're getting, if you go to our website, binarytradesignal.com, and check on the testimonials, you're going to see that this system has worked. Our trades are winning. Now, I do want to, before we get too involved in this, make the disclaimer that there are no guarantees. This is not an investment of any type. We do not promise a return on the money that you deposit into the broker. We have, I guess, like a casino. If you were to go in and play some cards and you know the rules and you know a couple tips and tricks without breaking the rules or without cheating, you give yourself a little bit of an advantage in the marketplace. And that's kind of what we've done here with the feed, with our traders. They're experienced, and we really focus on risk management. That's like the biggest thing, is we don't want you just to come in here and blow your money. We want you to pay attention to what you are, you know, spending, and you know, try to keep it to a certain percentage. So if you put in a couple $100, you know, keep it at 5%. Don't go over that 5% threshold. Otherwise, you're gambling. You're trying to, you know, beat your other losses and get that money back. And over time, that's how people lose quickly. So we need to make the disclaimer that, one, we're on your side. We want to make sure that you are practicing proper risk management, that you are not just here to kind of gamble and think our feed is going to perform at 100%, because it's not. You know, we have just been able to tweak it in a way where, you know, I guess we have a better advantage in the marketplace. I don't know really any other way to explain it, because we're not promising anything here. So had to throw that disclaimer out there so you understand exactly what this is. And so when you join in our premium group, you're going to get access to both our premium group, you know, on Facebook, and then we've got a Skype group where we call live trades in there. And I'm going to let Kawan go into detail, show you how the feed works, show you how everything. No, screen is blurry here. Well, I'm going to transfer it over to Kwan here right now, my partner, and I'm going to let him take over and show you exactly how to use the feed. And let me stop my screen sharing. All right, I'm going to leave it to you, Kwan. So go ahead and take over here.
Okay, how you doing, everyone? Good morning. Welcome. Can anyone see my screen right now?
I can. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to demonstrate exactly how our system works. We're actually currently in a 5-minute trade right now. Just went out the money. Still got 3 minutes to go on that. But let me go actually show you what the stream is about. So right here we have our 60 seconds. At the top we have our 60 seconds stream, and at the bottom we have our 5-minute streams. Me personally, I like the 60 seconds over the 5 minutes because I feel the 60 seconds are a lot more accurate, and I know that's rare to hear, but the 60 seconds are actually more accurate than the 5 minutes. But the 5 minutes is still, you know, good too. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna sit here. What we're looking for is an entry signal first, a pre-signal first. Now, when it comes to the 5-minute feed, you get a pre-signal alert, which you see this arrow here, and then what you're going to do is you're going to go on the next candle. So you won't go on this candle. What you would do is you would wait, and you would go on the very next candle that presents itself. So what we would do is count down and see if it came here. We got a pre-signal at 2:07. Then that lets us know we got 3 more minutes before the next candle will open, because these are 5-minute candles. So each candle represents 5 minutes. So you would have a whole 3 minutes to set up, look at your chart, see if this is a trade you want to take, and then go ahead and get in. As you see right here, this was a winner. This one was a loss. So what you're looking for is you want to be, more times than not, you want to go with the trend. You see this was going against the trend. So this was, you know, that was one probability that was already against you. This one is actually going with the trend. As you see, this one was a big winner. So and more times than not, you want to go with the trend. You want to make sure that the price is touching the magenta or the red lines, as it did here. You know, if it touches the red, even better, because that means either overbought or oversold big time, and that's what you want. These are considered high probability trades when it passes the red line. Those are the ones that I would take every time. But the ones you want to stay away from are the ones that didn't touch, like right here, you know, and right here. These are the ones that we don't take. These are very risky trades, and we try to stay away from those. Okay. The 60-second rules. 60-second rules is different. 60-second rules is you'll get a pre-signal alert, and then you will wait. And what you're waiting for is for an entry signal. And that entry signal needs to come within 20 seconds of the opening candle. Okay? So it doesn't have to, you could actually come in. Okay, we just got a pre-signal. I heard an alert. Where is that at? Okay, right. Okay, so right here, this is for the 5 minutes. Oh no, we're already in this trade. Sorry, we're in this trade right now. I got confused. But so what we're looking for is, you know, you're looking for the pre-signal alert on the 60 seconds. Once you get the pre-signal, then you're waiting for an entry signal. Now, entry can come in on the actual candle that you're on or the next one, as long as it's within 20 seconds of the entry signal. So you get an entry signal that says take the trade, and let's say it came right now in 30, as you see in 34 seconds of this candle, we would not take that trade. We will wait until we get until the next candle, and then the next candle we got an entry still, then we would take the trade. Rules still the same. We're waiting for the price to touch the magenta or the red lines. So as you see right here, we may be getting a pre-signal alert soon because those are good. Okay, this was deep in the money. As you see, this was a 5-minute trade we took, and this just one. We just closed out. This was the NZD USD, and I'll show it to you right here on our charts. This here it goes right here, the NZD USD. It came up, it touched the magenta lines. It was well above, so it was good. It was almost even touching the red. So that was a good trade to take. You say it gave us an arrow pre-alert so that we take it on the next candle. We went in, and as you see, it was deep in the money, a clear winner. Okay, so now we're just waiting for pre-signal alerts to set up. And more times than not, like I was saying, you want to go with the trend. This would be the perfect setup. Like this right here, you see this GBP USD setting up. It touched the magenta lines. It's in an uptrend. So this would be the perfect play for a call. As you see, it's actually going up, which I want to touch on also. A lot of our premium members that actually been using the system for a while actually use it. They actually treat the system to use it in their own, for their own strategies as well, and actually use it to their benefit. Meaning, a lot of times you might see things like, this is overbought, oversold, as you see in the USD CAD, and it's in the red, but we might not get a pre-signal alert. Well, or even if they do get a pre-signal alert, they might use this to take a long trade. They might take this to also take a long trade as well and take it for 15 minutes. We've had a few of our members doing that and been doing extremely well. So the system also, after you've been using it for a while and using it, with our rules, you tend to learn how to tweak it and be able to use it with your own trade strategies and your own trade rules. You might have a couple of indicators, RSI and the MACD or whatever that you might like to use already, and then using it with this system as well would just make your current strategy that you're using that much more accurate. Okay, so we had a pre-signal alert here on the USD JPY. It's in a downtrend. It's not quite touching the magenta lines, so this isn't a high probability trade. So today we're going to take only high probability trades. The thing I do like about it is in a downtrend, a deep downtrend, and it's also pretty close to the magenta line. So I would still watch it, but as of now, this isn't a trade that I would set up for because it's not touching the magenta lines. If it gets closer to the magenta lines, and then I would go ahead and go in. If it touches the magenta lines, I would definitely take it. Also, our feed is the best time to trade during our feed. Our feed is 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. But the best time to trade off the system would be London session and New York session. Those are the best sessions where you probably get the most signals. But you can trade any session. Just take the best trades and the most high probability trades. Don't take all the signals. Take the best signals, because you will get a lot of signals. There will be, at least 50 signals a day, give or take. So, you don't have to rush it, and you don't have to try and feel like you have to take every single signal. This USD CAD looks good. This may be setting up for a pre-signal. It's overbought. So this might be we might be getting a pre-signal alert here soon. And in situations where it goes beyond the red lines, then I'm not even worrying about whether it's in a downtrend or uptrend or not, because that means the price is very oversold or very overbought, and the price should reverse regardless of the fact whether we're in an uptrend or downtrend. So on those type of situations, I'm not even worried, and I just go ahead and take the trade. If you notice, more times than not, when you look at the price going above the red line, it retraces. You see, it came up here, touched, it came down. Came up here and touched, it came down. It's touching right here. Chances is this is going to be a green candle. See, there it is. Same thing right here, touched up here, came down. So these are little things that you'll start noticing with the system. So you might say, okay, well, I got no pre-signal alert, but I want to go in. AUD, USD, let's set up. Got a pre-signal alert, 60 seconds. Okay, we're already 33 seconds into this candle, so we're not going to take a trade here. What we're looking for is for the next candle. You see it's down here. This is a good trade, high probability. It's in the uptrend. We're going with the trend. So let's see, 48. Let's get ready for the next candle. Okay, this is what we pay attention to. So now we need an entry signal within 20 seconds. Okay, we still got the pre-alert. We need an entry signal. If it doesn't come within 20 seconds, then we'll wait for the next candle. Okay. So this is no longer a trade we'll take. So we're waiting to the next candle still. Still a pre-signal, waiting. Got another pre-signal alert. Oh, instead of AUD USD. Okay, so we're still waiting. Got one on USD JPY for a put. Okay, so we got two pre-signal alerts for the next candle still. We got one for the USD JPY. We got one for the AUD USD. Both are good. USD AUD a lot better. USD JPY ain't quite mature enough, but it's pretty close. If a signal was to come in right there, I would take it. Okay, so now we're gonna start looking. Still got a strong pre-signal. Okay, we got one GBP USD as well now. Still waiting on this AUD. Okay, see, it came early, so we're not going to get in. Even though this may win, we're not going to get in right now because it came at in between the candle. What happens is, even though this may go up and you be winning, then when the next candle was to open up, since we got in late, we would still have 15 seconds until one of the candles, and it can cause us to lose that trade, and that's what we don't want. So these are the type of things that we stick to, and we pay attention to those rules. If it came after 20 seconds, then we don't go in. So this may still win, but even if it does, it's not a trade that we take because we got in late. And as you see, it's actually would have been a nail biter. See, it's up and down. Actually, it looks like it might be out the money now, and right there, out the money. So that's exactly why we wouldn't have took that trade. And if we stick to the rules, the system is very, very has a high probability of being in the money. We got this USD JPY setting up. Here we go, AUD USD again with a pre-signal. And see, following the rules, you wait and it came back down. So we got another pre-signal alert. So set up AUD USD. See, some would have jumped in when it first gave them the first signal, and they would have lost that trade. I just got word that my screen's not showing. Can everybody see my screen? Someone just messaged me saying my screen's not showing.
I can see it just fine.
Okay, and
I have received some comments that it's a little blurry, but I can see it just fine, so I'm not sure.
And I'm sorry, guys. See, that threw me off because I just seen the signal to go in, and I actually went in at the wrong time because that threw me off. But as you can see up here, it was way past 20 seconds, and I got into this very late. So all I heard was the entry signal to go in, and then I went in. So sorry about that. Please disregard this trade right here. Win, lose, or draw, disregard this one because I didn't follow no rules or anything. I just heard the entry signal and it threw me off. And I said I couldn't see my screen. But this wouldn't have been a trade you would have took for a number of different reasons because it came in way after 20 seconds. It was already 45 seconds in. And and as you see, look where the signal came in at, nowhere near touching the magenta lines and the red lines. So these are the type of things that you do want to look out for, and these are the type of things that'll keep you from losing. You know, in the past, we've had some members say, you know, the system didn't perform as well for them as they seen it perform for me. And these were the type of things that, you know, they did. It's these little things. Some is so minor that you'll feel like, well, you know, why didn't it win? Like I saw a win for Kawan. Well, Kawan waited to touch the magenta lines, or Kawan made sure it wasn't a flat, you know, the market wasn't flat like this. You see how it's just, you know, going straight across? No, we don't. That's really not a high probability situation. Also, you see these little candles, these long wicks, dojis and things like that. Also, not what you want to see. This would be more of something I would be comfortable with. You know, nice, clearly going in one direction, no up or down, and you know, right into the magenta, the red lines, and ready to go. Now that's AUD USD. I would like.
Sorry, just a heads up. I just got note crude oil report at 7:30 our time, or Pacific. All major USD JPY is dropping, and the Euro USD is rising. So.
Okay, what time did the news start?
7:30. So in 8 minutes.
Okay, guys. Another thing, when it's high impact news, you guys want to stay away from this trading on the system, because that's when it's going to also not be as accurate, and that's when you're dealing with a very risky situation. So on high impact news type situations and type days, what you want to do is you want to stop trading 15 minutes before and 15 minutes after the news.
You can show them how they can check the news as well, which sites they can go to, so they are you know, aware of what's happening.
Absolutely. Okay, so what you want to do every day before you trade, before you even take your first trade, you want to go to forexfactory.com and check for news. Okay. So right now we have news at GBP. Oh, okay, the USD, yeah, at 10:30. So right here you see we have news at on the USD. Wow, 10:30. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we have news at 10:30. We have also at 1 o'clock. So what you want to stay for? This is the medium impact news right here. It's not high impact, but it is medium impact. And what that means is you go by the folders. If you see a red folder, you stay away. Okay. If it's a red folder, do not trade 15 minutes before or 15 minutes after this time. So we wouldn't start trading again till 10:45 if this was a red folder. You know, even now with it being an orange folder, it's still a little risky, but it's definitely risky with the red. Now you also want to check investing.com, because sometimes there will be news on here that you don't see on Forex Factory. So you'll come down here and then you'll look for news. Okay, USD JPY setting up. So like I was saying, you want to go to Forex Factory, or you want to go to investing.com. And when you go to investing.com, what you're looking for is you're looking for 3 bullheads. Now, if you see 3 bullheads, you stay away from that also. One bullhead means low impact, 2 bullheads is medium, and then 3 is high impact. And as you see, it says we have news in 5 minutes. It's a 2 impact, it's medium. And we have news on the USD. So it will affect the pairs. It will affect the accuracy. You know, when you trade, anytime you're trading with when news is going on. So this is the medium impact news, and it's gonna hit at 7:30 my time, 10 o'clock, 10:30 Eastern time, and check the news every day, economic calendar and Forex Factory, and this is on investing.com. All right, let's go back to the live feed. I'm almost wondering if we should pause and come back at in 15 minutes.
Yeah, we could do that. If I think I need to create a new, or we just leave this running, I guess, but I don't know. I don't know how to do that.
I don't want it to be unnecessarily long, but at the same time, I don't want to just be taking chances when I know I normally wouldn't be trading during news, you know?
Yeah, we'd have to start a new hangout, but so this could be part 1, and then the other one would be part 2 if we do that.
All right, I'll just keep it going, but I'll just make a disclaimer. Like I said, normally during news time, I will wait 15 minutes after. You know, if it's medium or high impact news, I'll just wait. There's no need to rush. There's a lot of signals that come throughout the day. So it's no reason for me to even take the chance. You know, that's how I feel about it. So in them type of situations, I would just wait. But for right now, since we're live and we have you know, I don't want this to be an hour-long webinar or anything like that. I'll take the trades when I see high probability situations. Now this obviously is not a high probability situation. Very, very small little candles, dojis, right in the middle. These are the trades that you stay completely away from. Don't even think about it. Don't look at it. Don't even pay it no mind. That's the ones that you just don't even think about taking. As you see, our system, even the ones that you shouldn't take, a lot of times they still win. I don't want you guys to I don't want that to motivate you to break the rules. Just let it go. You know, it's gonna happen, but let it go. Because then when it does the opposite, then it's gonna hurt you and it's gonna blow your accounts and things like that. Then you're gonna be mad at the system. But you can't be mad at the system if you didn't follow the rules. So follow the rules at all times. Right now we got another pre-signal in the Euro JPY, but again, it's not in a good position. It's not the market is not in a good place right here for this Euro. So I'm gonna stay away from that one as well. Okay, we got an entry signal right here, but as I said, this isn't a trade I would take, but we can still watch it to see what it would do. But this isn't a trade we would take because it's nowhere near the magenta lines. It's not oversold or overbought, and it's very little candles. You know, previous candles, very little. The market's pretty much just dead right there. So we're not gonna even mess with that. This Euro USD for 5 minutes right here is setting up nice, looking real good. This would be a nice trade to take. So if we was to get a pre-signal here, I would definitely consider taking this one. Same thing with this USD CHF. This is the type of setup that you would be looking for. As you see, we're in a downtrend. It's deeply overbought, and it touched the red line. A lot of times, like I said, once you get to knowing the system and once you get to knowing what to look for, these are trades you can take on your own, even without getting a signal alert. I would know that this was a trade that was pretty much going to go down because, like I said, it's already overbought majorly and it's in a downtrend. So I would be comfortable with taking this, even though I didn't get a signal alert to go in. We tweaked our algorithm, so a lot of times, you might get missed signals, but we figure it's better to miss some signals than to give off a lot of false ones. So to alleviate giving off a lot of false arrows and things like that, we made the system even tighter. So you will see some trades that you say, wow, the setup was perfect, and why didn't it, like this one, actually, to be honest with you, like this Euro USD, that was perfect. It came down, it touched the magenta. I mean, I would have took that trade personally. It's going with the trend, but the reason why I probably didn't call it was because maybe some other things didn't match up within our algorithm, and our algorithm said, no, I'm not going to, call that trade. So you're going to see that happen a lot of times. You see it happen here as well. You know, touched the red, and you know, it clearly went down. So you're gonna see this happen. But I say when you have over 50 trades or 50 signals, you know, being given a day, it's no need to rush, jump out there and then take a chance. If it doesn't give you a signal, then it doesn't give you a signal. Wait for the next. It's not about trying to take a million trades. It's about trying to take the right trades and be in profit at the end of the day. So we're still watching. Market got a little slower. You'll notice that during the opening, like New York, when New York opens, and also during London and things like that, that the system will be a lot more. You'll see a lot more signals. You know, especially a lot of pre signals. Sometimes you might have like 6 alerts going off at once. Sometimes, you know, you might have like 8, 9 alerts going off at one time, and you got to figure out what's the best trade you want to take. You know, you have so many options. So you will see that, especially like I said, during the opening of the New York session and things like that. Okay, now it's starting to look a little better. As you see, it's starting to get closer to those magenta lines. So still not comfortable where it's at yet, but it is getting better. Same thing with this Euro JPY. This looks like it's setting up. So it looks like the pairs are starting to get, starting to set itself up. Might start seeing a lot more pre-signals. I see one on the Euro USD, still not close enough yet. As of right now, this Euro JPY is probably our best bet. So if we get something there, then definitely it's about to touch the magenta. So I won't be surprised if we get a pre-signal for this Euro JPY. Almost there. Next candle probably should touch the magenta. If it does, we might get a pre-signal. If we do, then it's definitely set up. If this touches the magenta lines, this will be where I consider a high probability trade for a number of different reasons. You see all green candles going up, which means it's been going up for a while, for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. Actually, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, yeah, 6. And this one's a green candle, 7 minutes. So this has been going up for 7 minutes already. Okay, all green, no blemishes, and nice size candles. So if this was to touch the magenta lines and then we was to get an entry signal, I'm more than comfortable that this is going to go in the opposite direction and probably be deep in the money. So I would definitely take this trade if it presents itself. This is also the type of situation where if we was to get an entry signal right now, but it's not touching the magenta, I would still take it because this is close enough. Everything else still looks good enough, that I'm comfortable with still taking this trade. Everything was green. It's not like this where it was green, blue, green, blue. It's just pure green, 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 which means for the next at least 3 candles, when it finally does reverse, it should be blue. At least the next 2 candles for sure. So with that being said, you stand to be deep in the money. Kind of like this right here. You see, it was green, green, green. So when it reversed itself, it's just pure blue. Okay, got pre-signal alert on the USD CAD. It's pretty close. It's not quite touching the magenta lines. It's already starting to go up, so I'm not comfortable with getting in right here. That would be our entry, so that would be too high up. So if it was to come now, I wouldn't take that trade. We got pre-signal in the Euro USD. pretty close to magenta, but still not quite. We're getting there. We're getting close. I think this is where this is the point too, where a lot of people get anxious and antsy, and after sitting for a while waiting for the perfect setup, you see these, and you just go in, you jump the gun, you rush it, and that's also not what we don't want to do. That like right now, if I was to get a signal, I wouldn't take this because this is already too hot. So if it was to tell us to go on now, I wouldn't take it, and it just might do that. But I would wait. This Euro JPY is still setting up very nice. Right now, this is our golden. This is the one. This is the one we want. Okay, so now GBP USD setting up very nice also as well. As you see, it just touched the red line. It's going with the trend, so this would be a good pre-signal alert. One presents itself, definitely. Okay, so we got the USD CAD again. Didn't like where it was at, but as you see, it is so far. Looks like it's in the money. Still not comfortable with that one though. Like I said, not a high probability trade, so I didn't take that one. But we could still watch it from here. As long as this stay green, sure win. Remember I was talking about when it touches the red and it's going with the trend a lot. Since I already know what to look for, I probably would have got in anyways. Now you see how we missed this GBP USD because it never gave us an entry signal, but still the system gave me enough to know that this was a good trade to take on my own. I would have took this trade, me knowing what I know already, even without the system giving me an entry level. And that's what I was saying about that, you'll start learning the system so well that you'll be able to take trades, that you'll be able to take signals that you're not even getting. So that means you'll be getting signals, winning with those, as well as ones you've seen on your own, just knowing your own trade knowledge. So for newbies, you can take the signals that you get, and then for more novice and more experienced traders, you can say, hey, I know that this is overbought. I know that it just touched the magenta line, a red line, so it should reverse itself. So I'm going to take this trade. And look, you would have been deep in the money right now. Same with this. Like I said, this was close to the magenta line, so you could have took this. I just didn't want to take it because, like I said, it's not a high probability trade. But as you can see, still, this is even deep in the money. This is deep. You would have been closing around here. So look how deep in the money you would have been right here. So these is two situations we've seen. One where you got the signal alert and you could have went in on it. It wasn't touching where I wanted to touch. And since it's news right now, I didn't want to risk it. I'd rather not risk it. But still, you can still clearly see that that was a clear winner. We're just dealing with high probabilities, but we're going to watch them all. We have movement now, so this USD CAD might also be setting up for a put once it touches magenta line up here. If it do, we're definitely going to take that in the other direction. This USD CHF is setting up for a nice 5 minutes. This should be a blue candle. Now, this is the type of situation where I would just take this trade. Again, see, I know what to look for. So I'm looking, this is overbought. So I might be doing my own trade analysis on this and say, I'm comfortable with this. It's in a slight downtrend. We're still going with the trend. We're overbought. I'm going for it. you know, and I would have gone with this. So these are the things that this is the things that our more experienced traders will be able to take advantage of. Okay, like I said, we tweaked our system, so you see that it's extra tight right now. So a lot of the signals that it should call, it's not even calling right now. Here go. Oh, I missed this signal. I didn't even see this. Okay, here goes another signal we just missed. We were supposed to get in on that candle, like we just missed it. But as you see, it's winning. So far, it's in the money. This is for 5 minutes. It just touched the magenta lines right here. And as you see, the next candle is green. This is in the money. I actually just missed this. I'm surprised I missed that. I didn't even see that. But we can watch it from right here. It's fine. This is a 5 minute candle. So as long as this 5 minute candle closes green in any way, shape, form, or fashion, this is a winning trade because we would have got in right here at the close. This is deep in the money right now. This is a very, very deep in the money trade. So if this wins, that's already 3 trades you've seen right now win just off of this without us having to go to the broker. You can see it all right here. Even this right here, you can see this clear winner. This was a 5 minute trade. I think this is the one we got in actually. Okay, we got a pre-signal USD CAD. It's still nowhere near the magenta. It's probably gonna do like this one did and still win. But again, it's news right now on the USD, so we definitely don't want to play with that. And when it's not a high probability situation, so I'm not messing with that. Market starts to get a little slower, closer it gets towards 12 and 1 o'clock, you know, Eastern time. So you'll see that, you'll tend to see that, you know, the signals will start coming a little bit less frequent. And but that's not an indication that you know, that's just you know, depending on what time of the day and the market that you're in. So usually that's going to be, you know, as New York is starting to close or it starts getting later in the day, getting more towards the Asian session, then that's when you start noticing that. All right, still waiting. All right, Patrick, I just got a message saying that if you change the settings in the YouTube to HD, that it won't be blurry. So I don't know if you can check while we're doing this, if that's possible, but if so.
Yeah, definitely. I'll check that. Hold on. I just wanted to also say one thing. I know this isn't the ideal scenario as far as our showcase of the feed today. There's, you know, we didn't get a lot of opportunities to jump in on you know, actual trades, but we just really want to show you how to use this both for beginners and experienced people. And also the news. That's something you really got to pay attention to. We did look, you know, yesterday and it looked clear, and today all of a sudden there's news right at the time we're doing this webinar. So one thing, you know, that's great about this is you can take advantage of our 7-day trial. Try this out for yourself. This webinar isn't going to do you justice here. You really got to try it for yourself, experience it. Don't just jump in and trade real money. Maybe go to like binaryoptionsdemo.com and set up a demo account and just get familiar with the feed, the timing, reading the charts and reading, you know, the arrows and the different indicators. There's lots of things happening here, and we don't just want you to jump in with real money. We definitely encourage you to take 20 or 30 trades with a demo account first, so you can understand how this works, get a feel for how you know, how the feed operates, and then once you are, you know, in profit with your demo account, then we could recommend or suggest that at that time, when you're comfortable, that you would trade with one of the, you know, preferred brokers that we work with.
Great point. Yep, that's a good point to make. I agree. You should definitely be trading your first trades, especially if you're a novice. You should be trading at least your first 20, 30, 40 trades on demo. And I know it sounds like a lot, but it's not. You know, you need to familiarize yourself with what's going on and not just jump in any situation, because as you see, there's a lot of trade situations and you could have either won or lost in this, and it could have been the deciding factor on was all the rules in place. Like even these two trades right here, as you see, it looked like they was gonna start being out the money, but end up closing in the money. Like I said, if it's a green candle, it's gonna win, and this one's a blue candle, this one won. So both of those won, you know. But if you didn't follow all rules and you didn't, you know, take a trade that was close to the magenta lines or touching the magenta lines in red and things like that, then you could easily, very well, as just lost too, you know, and not won those trades, and been in a situation where, you know, you shouldn't have been taking those to begin with. So that's the reason why I lost. Like right here, taking a trade right here, you shouldn't have took this trade. So if you'd have got in on this trade, you know, you'd have lost. And you'd be like, oh man, you know, I got the signal, why didn't I win? Well, it was against the trade rule. This was supposed to be a trade that you take going with the trend, which would have been a downtrend, first of all. And also after it touched the magenta lines though, you know, not while it's already down here, you know, already low. So these are the type of things that, you know, that you want to see and you want to experience. So it's one thing hearing us say it, it's another thing, one thing watching a video of us explaining it, but it's a whole nother thing of you taking these trades and actually experiencing it for yourself. Okay, news is just over with, so that's good. So now we're clear. There should be no issues at this point. Everything should be good as far as the trades go. You know, now we're back in the money, so let's see. Hopefully we get some good pre-signals. I see GBP USD setting up. I hear I'm lagging by 1 minute. That's a pretty big lag. But at the same time,
all Google Hangout lags by 60 seconds to 90 seconds.
I'm about to say we're not trading live though, so it shouldn't really matter. You know,
yeah, nobody should be using this feed right now to trade. Nobody should be watching this and go, "Oh, I want to trade off this right now." And
right, this is not the trade off, but this is for educational purposes only. So you should not be trading any signals that I give you, because there will be a lag and it will be definitely off. So don't do that. This should only be on if you're just watching it and you're watching your time, and then, you know, it won't matter if that's off. All right, USD JPY, it looks like it's setting up very good also. That looks real nice. It's setting up for a call play. Hopefully we get a pre-signal on that. USD JPY looking good. Very surprised we didn't get no pre-signal on that one. It's funny too, because right before we started the session, you know, I was trading off of this feed, and it was just back-to-back signals, and now we're doing this webinar, and now it just lagged off. But I'll show you right here just so you guys can see my my history. This is the last one we just took, and then you see right here, then you can see back-to-back. 1, 2, Well, let's count them. We just did this one. Then this one was, I believe, a 5 minute. This was a 5 minute we lost. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So even from here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 wins, 1 loss, 18, 19. So you can see right there that the system works. And we took these, I took these this morning. You can see when I was testing it. So it's just slowed up on us right now, guys. like my partner said, this isn't don't judge a gist off of this webinar only. You know, like I said, this is a 24-hour feed. So these alerts come all day. You can sit down, it can get slow, or you can see the market then slowed up, or it's flat. And you can just get up, go do something else, you know, enjoy the kids, go clean the house, go do whatever, take a walk, and then come back. And then you come back and it's just, everything's back rocking and rolling and, you know, ready to go. And then here we go. We got the signals, got a lot of signal alerts presenting themselves again. You know, good entries, good setups like this Euro USD right here. That's looking pretty good. And then just get back in the market and go for broke again. Okay, so now I'm looking at this Euro USD and this USD JPY. Both of those are setting up good. They both should reverse themselves. There goes the reversal that I was talking about. Again, 2 trades that if you knew what to look for and you knew exactly, you know, again, you know, like I said, as a trader, you already know what to look for, that you would have won easy. Both of those. That's a deep in the money, but I already knew it touched the red. It's way down here over sold, and it's also going against. It's going with the trend, which is an uptrend, which means you would have took a call, not a put. So due to that fact, it comes way down here. Touch. I probably would have jumped in on that. You know, trade whether I got a signal or not. I would have jumped in on that. I know what to look for. I know what that means when price does that. So I already knew that was going to reverse. I actually told you guys it was going to reverse without getting a pre-signal, you know, so that lets you know right there. I told you this was going to reverse. I told you this one was going to reverse. And that's exactly what it did. So a lot of times you can, like I said, you will be able to use the system also as a second indicator or third indicator of what you already got going on. That I can promise. So if you already have something that's working for you and you have a strategy or you have, you know, indicators that you like, if you add this to that, oh, it just definitely, you know, ups your strategy 10, 20% easy. You know, I can actually make that claim because as you see right now, just off of what I know and what I've told you already, that I've already showed you trades that I've won. Deep in the money, easy. This was deep in the money. That was deep in the money. The ones down here that I called were deep in the money. Okay, here we go. Pre-signal alert, Euro JPY. It's not quite touching the magenta, but it's close enough. It's close enough for me. Because I want you guys to see this in real time. Was that the Euro? Yeah, Euro JPY. Now it is touching. So now we are good if we get that signal. So we're 12 seconds into the candle. We want to get it before 20. Pre-signal alert for AUD USD. Okay, so we have no entry points at this point, so we're just waiting. We got a pre-signal on the GBP USD, but with these wicks and with this being in the middle, I wouldn't take this trade. Okay, this is a good one. Euro USD. Let's set up for that. We see this AUD USD setting up. Got the GBP USD setting up. Now watch what happens when it touches or go beyond this. So we got to put on the next candle. It's not in a good position. I want this to be a little higher. We still got 3 minutes to get it there. And if we do, then we're going for a 5 minute. All right, GBP USD is looking good. Set up on that. A lot of times, guys, you'll see that it'll disappear. You get a pre-signal and it disappear, but as long as you got it, still set up on it, because even though it disappeared, doesn't mean that when that next candle comes that you actually get an entry alert. Even though like right now we don't have no pre-signal, but I'm still set up because it can still come. See, we're still in the right region for us to get an entry signal. So now we're getting close. I'm gonna go back and set up and wait just in case, because we have a lot of situations now that's presenting itself. Okay, so GBP USD is setting up for that. Okay, we got the Euro JPY, and we still got this 5 minute one down here. I'm debating if I want to take it. It's kind of far away from that magenta line, but it's saying it's at the high of the day. So now that's when you make a judgment call. This is the time when you make a judgment call. Let's go for it. Let's see, GBP USD, 5 minutes. We're on demo. Let's do it. Okay, so we got 5 minutes for this one, so we'll see what it do. Now, this was a judgment call because let me show you some things that made me make this call. It wasn't quite touching the magenta lines, okay? It's also not going with the trend right now. So that's two probabilities right there that was already against us. Now it is at the high of the day. Okay. So I was looking at that, and I'm looking at the long candles. You know, it's been going up for over 20 minutes. You know, this would make it 30. So usually around that time, it's going to reverse itself. So me knowing that as a trader is what made me take this trade, you know. But for anyone using the system, I would still prefer you to, like I said, just stick to the rule 100% is where it's touching the magenta lines or the red lines, and then just going in. If it's not touching them two, then don't. As you see right now, it's forming a new high of the day. So it gave us so another reason why you stick to the rules, because see, you would have came in saying, oh, look, it's the high of the day. Let me go ahead and just jump in on this trade. And then, you know, you jump in and not realizing, uh-oh, it just formed a new high. And actually, this new high is forming, is putting itself where it needs to be at, which is closer to the magenta lines, which is going to make this trade a very higher probability than it was when we just took it. Same thing with the GBP USD. It's at the high today and it's touching. So this is actually good. We might get a pre-signal here. And for those that don't know what the high of the day means, see, there it goes. So we got them all over the place. So let's set up. I like both of them, GBP USD, but the AUD USD is a little higher. So let's set up 60 seconds. AUD USD for a put. We'll wait and see. Waiting on the AUD USD. See if we get a signal on the next candle. Got pre-signal on the Euro JPY. May get a pre-signal again for that AUD USD. It's up there. Definitely should be a reversal coming. Okay, so we won that trade, that 5-minute trade that we took. But like I said, look at this, risky, in and out, up and down. This ain't the type of trade you want to take. This would have been a risky trade. I only took it because, like I said, I knew what to look for. I mean, it was certain things I just felt comfortable with, you know, like these big these big green candles going up. I knew it had to reverse itself, but still I was playing with fire. And those are the type of things that, like I said, you don't want to do. I'm taking all type of trades right now to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I want you guys to see what happens when we take the right type of trades, what happens when we take the wrong type of trades, you know, what happens when we follow the rules, what happens when we don't follow the rules. Also, okay, so we got the USD JPY. It's pretty close. I want it to be still more towards the lines. Plus, I pay attention to things like this. At this particular time, you see the price never went higher than here for the past 5 minutes. So chances is you get in right now, price might come right here and touch and then go right back down because price hasn't came too much higher than that, you know, within 5 minutes. So it's risky. So I wouldn't go in on that trade. Now, if I see when price is moving, like, you know, within the last 5 minutes, it was moving in one direction and then it was moving the other direction. Those are the type of situation where I might break the rule and say, you know what, even though that this isn't quite touching the magenta line, I'm going to take it because you know what? These are all blue candles, you know, all the way up until now was blue. So now I'm going to take that trade when normally, you know, I wouldn't. And those are the type of things, you know what I mean, that you can start analyzing for yourself and make the proper judgment calls. I don't like these all these wicks and these small candles. So I'm not going to set up for this pre-signal. We went strong like this. This would be strong. You see this AUD USD? If something was to come right here, I would consider this a strong trade. The only thing that's going against it is that we're not going with the trend, but I would still be comfortable. These are mostly all green candles. It touched the magenta line. You know, it's going to reverse more times than not. I'm not going to say it's going to reverse every time, you know, but more times than not.
So here we go. Let you know we're over an hour here. I know you didn't want to go over an hour, but I know we're finally getting some good trades in as well. So just want to give you
yeah, we finally started. The signals are starting to come in. All right, so we got an entry signal here again. As you said, remember I told you, I always want to stay in the way because of these small candles, and I'm not comfortable with that. As you see, it's still so far in the money, but like I said, that's not a high probability trade right there. And this goes back to what I was saying with so many signals, even with right now, okay, you said we've been trading for an hour, but we still seeing that, okay, you was definitely able to take at least 2 trades, okay, and within that hour that you could took just straight up the system. And then it was at least 5 trades that you could took if you just know what to look for and just know what you're doing, okay? So that's, and that, so and even within an hour's time, that's still good because if you're a real trader, and know anything about, or even know anything about trading, then you know that it's not a race, you know, it's a marathon, and you're sitting there, you know, taking your time trying to get to the finish line, which is profitability, and you know, in the money. And to do that, sometimes it's going to take some time. You might have to sit in front of your computer an hour or 2 just to get the perfect setup, you know. But at the end of the day, if it took you an hour or 2 to make a couple hundred to a couple $1,000, then I think that's worth it. You know, a lot of us is working 9 to 5s and, you know, spending an hour and not even making $20 in that hour, you know. So if you can sit there for 2 hours and make $100, then I think that was worth it. You know, if you can sit there for 2 hours and make, or, you know, a few $100, $1,000, it was definitely worth it. So that's how you have to look at it. You know, you don't want to get frustrated or start getting antsy. And then when you have a time like we have right now where, you know, it got slow on us and, you know, the signals started coming fewer and less, then what you don't want to do is when you finally do get one, just jump in like, oh yeah, finally, you know, signal came in. Let me go ahead and get in now. No, just wait it out. Wait to see what presents itself. You know, if it's not the right trade, it's not the right signal, then just wait for the right signal. And then, you know, and just wait for the right one to come, because what's going to be worse is if you jump in on that trade and you lose. So now, not only is the signals not coming quite often, but now you're also out the money. You know, now you got to make up for this lost trade, and it's going to take 2 trades to make up for the one. And you got to wait for a signal to come in. So that's going to have you now trading within your head instead of trading smart. Now you're going to be, oh man, I got to, you know, make up for that. And you're going to be chasing trades and chasing your losses now. So to alleviate that, it's better just to take the highest probability situation and then do away with that. Okay, we got the Euro USD setting up for 5 minutes. That looks real good. Hopefully, since we had an hour, I'm gonna take the next trade, win, lose, or draw, and then we'll end the session. I just want you guys to see us take the actual trade, and you guys see, you know, especially a high probability trade. I want to take a high probability trade. You guys already see me take trades, but they were trades that normally I wouldn't have taken. You know, I don't want to take the kind of trades that I wouldn't take. I want you to see the trades that you should be taking, and then see the outcome and see the difference in the outcome as far as like how much you're in the money and things like that. Not a nail biter trade, you know. Another thing too, Patrick, since we did this live webinar, I ain't got a problem with doing another one, and then we'll just do we'll come back. We can end this one now, or with the next trade that comes in. If it comes in within the next 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes, but if not, because then we can end it, and then I'll just make another one. Like we'll just open up another session, but this one will just be just to show the system again, and take pretty much part 2. Take over where we left off at.
Yeah, that works definitely. We can jump into a better time where there's not as much news here, and anybody that wants to jump in on that, feel free. We're going to be ending this one here in a few minutes. Appreciate you guys for coming on here. We're going to try to get one more trade on this one here, but if you guys want to continue watching this, we'll either, I guess, just let this run or open up another one, whatever you want to do.
What's the Asian session looking like? Let's go look at the news, because I don't have no problem with coming back and doing it again. Like I said, full transparency, BTS show it all every time. I have no problem with coming back and doing it all again. Live session, right off the stream, take all the trades. Like I said, I show my trade history. I'm not tripping. Whether I win or lose, it's right there. You know, we have nothing to hide. This is all of our trades in the group and off the feed. I rarely have time to trade on my own, so all that what you see right there.
So let's end this session so it's not like hours long and intimidates people from watching the recording, and then we'll just create a new one. I'll give you the link here in a minute. I'll post it. We'll call it, bts.com / I don't know, feed or something. We'll post it here in the group, and people can jump on that webinar with you.
All right, sounds like a plan. I just got 2 signals. Let me see where they're coming from.
Okay.
GBP USD in 2 minutes for 5-minute trade. Not bad. I like this Euro USD better though. If that arrow comes back, we definitely taking this one. Yeah, if this Euro USD comes back, we're taking that. Yeah, I have no problem with that. We can set up another link, and then
I'll do it right now.
Let the other one just go.
I'll set up I'm gonna see if we have the website feed available here. What links we have available?
Hey, if it was up to me, and I thought people watch it, I'll set one of these up in the beginning of the day and let it run all day. Like I said, we full transparency, so I have no problem with letting them see it all, letting everybody see exactly what we have to offer, exactly how the system works, exactly, whether, how accurate it is for you to be able to see with your own eyes. It's one thing for us to say it. It's another thing to hear it from someone else, but it's something totally different. Something else to see it for yourself and to be able to witness it for yourself and to be able to actually, see with your own eyes. Okay, yeah, this is the real deal. This isn't just some holy grail bells and whistles fluff that's just going to look good today and not work tomorrow. I want you guys to know that we have one of the best IT guys that works on our system every single day. Our partner Kim works on the system. He keeps the system running at optimal level. He makes sure. Okay, here we go. Hold on. This Euro USD, 5 minutes. Did I make it? Oh, I got in that late. Woo! I wanted to get in there to catch that better strike. But it's all good.
I just set up the link. It's going to be binarytradesignal.com/live demo, all one word. And I'm embedding the video in here right now. I'm going to send you the link so you can get in as an admin here in a second.
All right, so after this trade right here, we'll end the session. We're in an active trade right now. We just took a 5-minute trade off of our signal right here. I told you this would be the perfect setup. So I have no excuses if this one loses, because this is exactly what you're looking for. Look at that, pretty. That's what you're looking for. And I actually got in a little bit late, because what you also want to do is, especially if you're with Boss Capital, you know, Boss Capital lags a little bit. So what you want to do is get in 5 seconds before this candle closes. You know, 5 to 10 seconds before this candle closes, get in. That way, when this next candle opens, you're getting at the best rate. You know, like you got in up here. This is where you want to get in at. You've just been crushing this trade. Still crushing it, but you would have been up here though. See, that's where you would have got in at. So still good. We in the money, killing it. This is the setup that you're looking for, guys. All the other ones I took was just me, hey, jump the gun, or me just show you guys what happens when you take the wrong type of trade and all that. But this is exactly the type of trade that you want to take. You know, it's touching the magenta, the red. It's way up there with nice big candles that set up. Not a bunch of this going on. You know, not a bunch of this, but this. This is the perfect setup. I have nothing bad to say about it. If it loses, then it lost on it's us. You know, it has nothing to do with anything I can blame it on. Not the market, not news, nothing. This is the perfect setup right here. If every trade you took was like this, I can't make guarantees right now, but trust me, this is you'll be fine right here. You'll be cool. Same thing right here. See, it came right here. It was deep. It was all blue candles. 1, 2, 3, 4 nice, big, thick blue candles. And boom, it touched that red. It went the other direction deep. Those are the type of situations you're looking for. Again, right here, look. Big, deep candles, big green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All the way up. And then what happens? Bam, it crashes straight down. Don't even think about even going back up, reversal. It just goes straight down. More times than not, in those type of situations, it's going to end the same. Look at right here, deep, all blue, deep, 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 deep down. It touches, it went straight up, all the way up. The type of situation that you want to get nervous is when you see this, you know, green, blue, green, blue, green, blue. You know, little candle, dojis. These are called dojis when you see them little ones. Hammers and wicks. You know, these are the type of things you'd be like, okay, I'm a little weary of this, you know. Look at this USD JPY. This is setting up for a 60-second. We might actually be able to get another trade in before we close the session out. If we get this before this 5-minute one closes, that'd be sweet. And this is actually a good high probability trade, because if we get this signal for this USD, look at it's going up with the trend. It's going to be a downtrend because we're going to be taking a put, and it's already above. It's already overbought. You know what I'm saying? Because above the green, the red line right here. So definitely, I'm very, hopefully we get a pre-signal on this one, so you guys can see the 60-second one win and the 5-minute win before we close the session out. Let's see where we're at here. Deep in the money. We got a minute to go. We're good. And guys, when you take the high probability trades, more times than not, this is how the trade be every time. Like, they be deep in the money. They're not in and out. They're not like, oh, you guys just got lucky on that. It's deep in the money. Look, it's still dropping. Still dropping. This USD JPY is looking nice. Look at this. Looks like this GBP USD starting to set up for a play. Got a couple things setting up. Got this USD CAD. We might be able to get one more trade in. So this is a clear winner. We got 13 seconds into this. If we don't get a signal on the 60 seconds when this ends, then we're going to end the session here. There it goes. Pre-signal USD JPY. This one's already a winner. USD JPY. 60 seconds. Let's see what happens. All right, we're already 23 seconds, but I'm gonna wait for the next candle just in case we get one on the next. And if we don't, then we're going to end the session. I ain't gonna lie, it's one of the ones I probably would have broke the rules and just jumped in because everything's there. And look it, just like I said, to look it. But I already know this is gonna drop. This is all green candles going straight past the magenta lines and the red lines. So I would have took this trade. I'm gonna be honest with you, soon to pass the red line. If I wouldn't have got an entry signal going in, I would have took this trade. I already got a pre-signal for USD CAD. Now they're coming. Both of those are still good. I'm comfortable with both. Now we got a signal for the AUD USD. This is how it normally is too, guys. See how you see how we got pre-signals everywhere now? I know that last hour was reflected something else, but this is how it normally is for you. It's usually a few different pre-signals going off at once, and you got to decide which one's the best one to take. I'm still looking at this USD CAD because that's a good setup right there. Again, me on my own, I'm watching now. I'm looking at that USD CAD touch that red. No pre-signal. I'm looking at it. I'm gonna look at that next candle, see what it do. And if it happened to be a blue candle, chances is I probably would have went in. But it's an art to that because like I said, it could definitely be the next candle could be green. Actually, the next candle was green, as you see. And you know, it can keep going. So you like I said, it's this thing, it's an instinct. They call it trader's instinct. And after a while you develop it. All right, guys. So I think it's safe we can go ahead and close this session out. I don't see any more signals presenting themselves. I will go back to this to show you trader instinct. Remember I just said that? There it goes. See? So that was a winner. Remember this one right here? That was a winner. So I should also demonstrate to you guys, and to be honest with you, that was actually basic. I said if it goes past the red lines, that you can also more times than not take those trades even without getting an entry signal. And if you notice from this demo, that's true. It go one. Well, no, that's actually a signal, but this one didn't go. And you see that one, this one right here, that one. And I wouldn't do it when it hit the magenta, but I would definitely do it when it hits these reds. Like when it goes way beyond the red, like way down here, I would have took that all day because I already know it's going to reverse. Up here, I'm going to take that AUD USD. I would have took that all day. It's funny, we're trying to close the session, so now all these signals are coming out. All these every time I'm about to close.
In the next one, I've already posted it in the group, and I think people are already starting to line up here to watch your other video here. So
right, perfect.
Let's go ahead and close this one down. I'm going to send you the admin link here in a second, and as soon as you jump in, everybody will have access to it. So for those of you that want to go watch it, all you got to do is head over to binarytradesignal.com/live demo, all one word, and just hit play and give us a couple minutes to jump in there, and you'll be able to watch him trade, and for as long as he wants here today. He's going to show you this feed and show you how to start trading off this feed here. So appreciate you guys showing up, and for those of you that want to see us in the next video, we'll see you over there. All right, guys, have a good one. Thanks again, Quan.
All right, thanks.